You see videos like this pop out on YouTube every now and again, the simple strategy that made him turn 1,600 into 350 million. Are there secret strategies? Well, 100% there are. Some people have a very good one and just don't want to share, so I guess those are secret, but there is a very simple thing you can follow, and I will share this with you today and give you real examples. I'm currently running along on AVNT with 100% in profits at the moment. Now, this is a Perps DEX, so perpetual trading but decentralized, and we see a new narrative might be forming here. We also have Meeks with about $2 billion market cap, and you can trade it right here on BTCC with up to 50x leverage, and BTCC even has 500 leverage for some coins and tokens, which is ridiculous. I don't recommend using such a high leverage, but you do have the option on BTCC, and it's also non-KYC. So what do these two have in common? What does Meeks have to do with AVNT, with Hyperliquid, with ASTER, which is now popping off as well? ASTER is all over the Twitter timelines everywhere. And how does that tie in with a simple strategy to turn 1,600 into 350 million? Well, it's following the narratives. It's what is going to be the next narrative, what is the current narrative. All right, let's talk about it. Welcome back to the Mind Blow Show. I'm your host, The Inspector. Don't forget to drop a like. Takes you only half a second and means a lot to me. A very good way of finding new narratives is to go over on coinmarketcap.com and you can see which coins are trending. And then based on the trending ones, you can also do it by volume. You can see which coins have the most volume. Now, of course, having the most trading volume doesn't always equal to having the most upside potential, because trading volume can be both bearish and bullish. But we have AVNT right here on the second spot with the second most trading volume at 1.21 billion, and it also goes into the whole Perps DEX meta that is ongoing at the moment. We have ASTER, number 4 right here, with almost 1 billion in volume. And so AVNT, ASTER, Hyperliquid, Meeks, they do similar things. They're all DEXs, so decentralized trading, but they offer perp trading, perpetual, leverage. I personally prefer to do my leverage on a CEX because they have more liquidity. A lot of people don't do CEXs because they require KYC, and for whatever reason, your country may be banned, so you want to use a DEX. Well, with CEXs like BTCC, they don't require KYC, so you can just join wherever you're from and start trading. Still, a lot of people choose DEX trading. So that's what these have in common. They're all doing pretty much a very, very similar function, whereas Hyperliquid has the whole Hyperliquid ecosystem running on the Hype token, and this is obviously the biggest one. Currently at 17.33 billion unlocked market cap and a 55 billion fully diluted value. And I think they're right now the 11th coin by market cap overall. So it's safe to say it's priced in, and people are now looking for alternatives. AVNT is being one of the alternatives that I'm choosing. Of course, a lot of people chose Meeks, which is currently above $2 billion market cap. Let's check. Yeah, 2.19 unlocked market cap with 11 billion FDV. Of course, the FDV depends on what is the circulating supply, how many tokens are in supply compared to how many tokens there will be in total once the whole supply gets unlocked. So absolutely huge gains here. Over 7,000% on Meeks. ASTER, 1,100% since launch. AVNT, 200% since listing. On CoinMarketCap. You could have bought it for 0.2, oh yeah, there we go, for 20 cents. So compared to CoinMarketCap listing, AVNT has the lowest pump so far at just above 216%. And so AVNT does on base what ASTER does on the Binance Smart Chain, on BNB, what Hyperliquid does on their own Hyperliquid ecosystem. And so if we go back to CoinMarketCap right here to the trending coins, we can see right here under DEX transactions that AVNT is trading on base, ASTER is trading on BSC, Binance Smart Chain, so that is what they're using. That is the protocol, the network that they have chosen to build on. Of course, ASTER building on Binance Smart Chain means that the crime overlord, the CZ, is there to back it and to tweet about it and to talk about it, which he does. And it's pumping. But it's also pumping because of the whole narrative. So currently, I am building a position in AVNT. I don't have a position in Hyperliquid. I think If it does have upside potential, it may be a 2 to 3x at the most. Of course, could be more depending on how violently we keep going up until the end of the year, but could also be less than that realistically. So we're looking at alternatives. We're looking at AVNT, we're looking at Meeks, and we're looking at ASTER and whatever else may pop up. There's a new one called Lighter that is not listed quite yet, but it will be very soon. So that might be one to look out for as well. Out of the ones that I have mentioned so far, AVNT Avantis has the most upside potential with the smallest market cap at 350 million and a fully diluted market cap at 1.33 billion. So lots of room to grow. With Avantis recently launching, the major unlocks won't happen for another year. So we have lots of time to position ourselves, to take profits, and to get out before the inevitable crash. So what happened with Meeks here? So Meeks, since the launch, since the listing on BTCC, we had 120%. Then we had a drawdown, a drop of 46%. From there, we had another pump of 80% and another pullback of almost 39.19%. So this is a dream for leverage traders. If you're a leverage trader, this is the kind of chart you want to see. You want to trade it up, you want to trade it down. Like even in the pump, look at this. Even during the pump, we had a pullback of 32%, and then it ran it back up 56%. Even using 5x leverage on this, there's just astronomical gains. So for example, I am on a 5x long on Avantis, and I got 100% profits in total so far. But I am building a long-term position, and I would like to see AVNT trade on BTCC at some point. So if anyone from BTCC is watching this video, please list Avantis. Would be great. I would love to build my long-term, long position right here. But this is how I build the long-term position. I open longs and I take profits along the way. So this was an open, this was a close, this was an open, this was a close. I don't fully sell it. So for example, now I had the most recent buy here at $1.09, and then I had 3 sells here, all of which were around 10 to 15% of my trade. So I'm taking profits. As it goes back down, I'm re-entering with the same money, sort of hedging or leveraging, if you will, my position. So all of this, what I just said, how is that a secret strategy? It is to recognize what the next trend is going to be. We went from the AI trend that everybody thought it was going to be gaming. Gaming never came. AI stayed. The AI trend then kind of died down a little bit. We had other trends. We had the meme coin season with Pump Fund listing its token, and we had a whole bunch of things that were trendy at the moment, and trends don't last long. So currently, the current trend is perpetual dexes. These are the dexes I'm looking at. There may be a lot more that I'm just not even aware of. These are potentially the biggest ones. I think that Base is the most retail play out of them all, because Base has the retail, and Base also announced they will be launching a token soon, so people will be trading on Avantis. And Avantis as a DEX offers 0 fees, and it offers Forex trading as well. Not that we are interested in Forex trading, but someone watching may be. I'm only interested in crypto personally, and anything non-crypto related, I just like to buy and hold for years and years. So Forex is not something that excites me too much, but what does excite me are all these charts, especially look at Meeks here. If this support here holds and we just kind of go up and down, and let me see if I can draw on this chart. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that will be a dream. It will be a dream to go 55% up and then 35% down every time doing it with leverage. That will be absolutely a blast. I don't think that's going to happen. A lot of it will depend, because this is a new chart, right? This is a newly listed chart from this month. Of course, there's just the listing. The coin has been out a little bit longer than that, since the 5th month, but then it didn't have any traction until recently. In August, it got some traction, and then of course in September, absolutely wrecking and melting faces. Let me check out the market cap. So it started with a $15 million market cap. Oh man, this is where we got to get in. But you know, the difficult thing about getting in here is that the DEX Perp meta is not established yet, and you can burn yourself, kind of like I did with gaming earlier in the year. Everybody thought gaming is going to have its own time, and so did I, and I invested in some gaming projects hoping that this is going to happen, but then it backfired and it went the other direction, and so you got to be very careful. You know, I would even prefer to wait for all of this to happen, the whole move, try to get in around this area down here, and then just take profits as it keeps going up. It's just safer, you know. The number one thing in crypto is not to lose money. You see these 7,000% gains and you think, oh, I can have that as well. Most likely you cannot. So you got to be realistic. It's the chances of any one individual getting a 7,000% gain on a big investment are very, very slim, and it is very, very risky. What is much better is to have a certain amount of money, invest, do perp trading, and go for the smaller pumps. If you get 100% pump, you're good. Like 100%, that's doubling your money, doubling your investment. So people look at the 7,000% and they're like, oh yeah, that's what I need. No, you need consistent 50, 60% gains, and you will out-trade, outperform, and outlive everyone else in this crypto industry. So that's what we're looking for. Of course, if we get to 1,000%, I'm not gonna say no to it, but I will be taking profits way before it even gets to 1,000%. So take profits along the way. Am I sad that I took out profits here instead of waiting for the pump? Not at all. You know how many times this saved me taking out profits here and then it kept going down, but I already secured my profits. So the secret strategy, once again, go to the trending page on CoinMarketCap. Look at what has the biggest volume and look at big players within trending narratives. The current trending narrative, as I said, perp dexes. Here we have Meeks as well with 200 million volume. But AVNT keeps destroying it, man. I mean, $340 million market cap and 1.22 billion volume in the previous 24 hours. That's ridiculous. I do believe AVNT can get to $1 billion market cap, just regular market cap. That's my personal belief. Whether or not it comes to fruition, who knows? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet trying to read the charts as best he can and make informed decisions. So I wanted to bring your attention to the current meta. Keep an eye out on what's the current meta. Check the volume often. And I'll come back with another video at some point in the near future to explain exactly how to pinpoint which token will go up and which token won't. That's it. Thanks for watching. I'm leaving.